quite a few people have mentioned read the room. And I've actually never gone deeper with that question. Okay, what does read the room mean? How does somebody read the room?
How does someone read the room? I think you go in to a space understanding that how you interact with the people in the space can and does change the dynamic of a room. That could be a room of 100 people. That could be a room of 5 people. Right? That's okay. Each individual person has an impact, big or small, on a space. So reading a room is, I think, having the least amount of impact on the space at the start. You're going in there without trying to have impact on the room because you want to understand what's happening in this space before you put your own energy in there. And that could be it's someone's birthday, and I'm talking about life in general. Like you go into a space or maybe a restaurant and it's someone's birthday. So you automatically are feeling this joy and shared, they're singing, I'm going to sing along. Like you read the room in the sense of what's happening in the space outside of me. This has nothing to do with me. Mm-hmm. I think that's reading the room, is taking the ego out of it. And it's like, what is happening in this collective, and will I add to this in a positive way, or will I be detrimental to the space? Right? That's how I understand reading a room, is like, I want to go in and if it's a space where then you're welcome and they want you to include your energy in it, whatever room that is, that's where you add your energy. But there has to be an invitation. That's also reading the room. Is there an invitation for me to give something to this space? I think that's what reading the room means. You know? And
I don't think you have listened to many of the podcasts before, have you?
I've heard a few. I've heard briefly a few, yeah.
Yeah, because that is one of the things that I've always said when I go into a session is, can I contribute to this in any way? And sometimes the best thing that I can say is, not on this occasion.
Right. And that's okay.
And it's because it's bigger than me. It's not about me. It's about what's going on there in the room at that moment in time.
Yeah.
And the same session could be very different this week to next week. Completely different. So
100%.
Reading the room. Yeah. I love your definition of reading the room. Love it.
Thank you. It's interesting. I've had people, because I don't want to sound like I have notions, Tara. I really don't.
Do most people know what notions mean? Like Irish people?
Not in the States. Well, in Ireland they do. Okay, so in the States or outside of Ireland, notions means someone thinks highly of themselves, right?
Or somebody thinks maybe higher than
that's perceived.
Yes,
right?
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, like
because we're not allowed to have notions.
You're not allowed. No. But if you have notions, God forbid you have notions, right? But I mean, someone thinks very highly of themselves or thinks higher of themselves than what other people perceive, right?
Yes.
That's my understanding of notions. And I'm not saying this to say I have notions, but now I know how it feels to be Irish. This is really difficult, very difficult. Without sounding like I have notions, but there are moments, because this has happened, and I try to be as gracious but also kind in these moments where I'll go to an event and there's dance happening and I'll get recognized. Oh, you're that dancing girl. Oh my God. And wonderful. I love that people watch the show. But then like, go dance, go. You should be up there dancing. I was like, no, I shouldn't. This is not my performance. This is not my space. So there's sometimes, I'm sure you've gotten that too, where it's like, oh, Tara, yeah, come on, get up here. And in the moment, a lot of times you are more than capable of doing that. But sometimes you're like, this isn't appropriate right now for me to jump in and do this. And that's reading the room, is like, am I contributing to this, or is my energy here detrimental to that very specific thing?
Exactly.
And I have to, like, sometimes there's a balance of, especially the people who are wanting, and I'm sure this happens to you too, like they have good intention, but it just wouldn't be appropriate.
Yeah. It's just not the right time at that moment.
Right, right. But as lovely as that moment is for them to think that I can literally just join a professional group in their own performance, it's just not. It's just not. Anyway.
And then sometimes it is.
Right, it is. It is.
Yeah.